Much anticipated and long awaited, the 2021 regular season in the NFL is right around the corner. But first, Matt Ryan and his Atlanta Falcons look to do battle against Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns right here on Sunday Night Football. Week 3 in the preseason coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway in the final game of a busy Sunday. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And for the first time, here comes the Cleveland Browns offense. Quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield, fourth-year man from Oklahoma.
And while we can quibble a little bit about statistics,
from the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. They find some open field here. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead.
Thanks, Brandon. Welcome to your Sunday night halftime show. The Cleveland Browns lead the Atlanta Falcons 13-10 going into the third quarter. But before we get into that, we got scores from around the league here on Sunday Night Football's halftime report right here on EA Sports. The quarterback battle continues in New England, but it was all Daniel Jones in week 3. First quarter, Daniel Jones set up in a shotgun formation, has a little time, and he heaves it off his back foot and connects with his receiver, Kenny Galloway, for a 52-yard touchdown pass. Giants up early, 7-0 over the Patriots. The New York Giants would go on to win it 17-0. The Giants held the Patriots to 61 total yards on offense. Here's a breakdown of this game. Daniel Jones went 10 for 11, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the victory. In our later game, it was a battle of the 2 future stars in the league. Up by 7, Toa on his own 12-yard line has enough time, and he connects with his receiver down the field. Same possession, Toa has enough time, escapes out to the right, and throws it across the body to his receiver for an easy touchdown pass. There's been talk in Miami about if he can lead this team, and I think without a doubt, he showed that he's the #1 man in Miami. Toa throws for 203 yards in this 21-7 win over the Cincinnati Bengals. It wasn't the same sophomore magic for Joe Burrow as he throws a pick with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. The Miami defense were ball hawks in this one as they forced their 4th turnover in the preseason. But I wouldn't worry too much if you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan. Joe Burrow has played excellent in the preseason. This is only his 2nd interception, and he has thrown for 5 touchdowns in 3 games. Here's the breakdown for this game. Rookie Jamar Chase had 5 receptions and 109 yards, but his team would fall short to the Dolphins 21-7. Now let's take a look at some highlights from your game. And that'll do it for your Sunday night halftime show. We'll send it back down to Brandon Garden and Charles Davis as we're moments away from the third quarter.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. To be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets, defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.